Hey y'all, I'm back y'all. Be proud of me, I'm back. So this is what I want to do this week. I said for the next, or at least twice a month, I want to do a month check-in, maybe a bi-weekly check-in. I want to do a health check-in. Like, what y'all been eating? Have y'all been working out? It's almost the end of the year and I feel like it's around that time everybody's about to start doing, oh, it's about to be a new year, we're going to the gym, and it's like it's October right now. When you set that goal last January, I'm gonna eat better. I'm gonna go to the gym 3 times a week. You know, I might get rid of pork this year. How y'all doing on them goals? We need to do a monthly check-in. We need to do a monthly check-in to make sure. I told y'all on the last episode, like, this is a lifestyle page. This is a fashion page. This is a health and wealth page. This is a anything that makes us better page. And it's, of course, the things that I enjoy because it's my YouTube. But those are things that I genuinely care about. So I just want to talk about a few things because I'm always on this never-ending like health journey. So if you watch some of my older videos, you know I just completed the Hard 75 challenge, which honestly may be a good start for some people to start January 1st, or heck, start next week. Like, challenge yourself. Let's get to our goals. Let's do what we need to do. But now I'm just in this space where like I really want to just nail down eating better. Like, I can go to the gym. I know I can work out. Like, I'm gonna do that because that's just like, it's not that I enjoy it, but I've done it as a discipline for so long. I'm used to it. But now I'm just really trying to step up my supplement game, my vitamin game, you know, and just really focus on what I'm intaking, because I feel like that's the only time I can really maximize my results. Like with the Hard 75 and with other challenges that I do, after about 6 weeks, I feel like my body plateaus and I'm trying to like reach my new level. And yeah, I think one thing is I always just want to be in constant evolution. Like, I'm always trying to be the best version of myself, and a lot of that starts honestly y'all with health. And we don't want to have those conversations because we like, I want to eat my pork, you know, I don't want to go to the gym, I don't want to sweat, I don't want to mess up my hair. Like, you know, we have all of these things that kind of, all it does, it just really just holds us back from being the best versions of ourselves. I can tell you, I sleep better, my hair grows more, like, I'm in a better mood. I'm able to just accomplish more, honestly, when I'm eating better and I'm in the gym. Like, it's true. And a lot of times we don't want to hear that, y'all, but the health, especially like gut health, that has a lot to do with, believe it or not, where you are in life. And I know that sounds like I'm not trying to be philosophical in that way. It's really the truth. What you intake has a lot to do with like the trajectory of where you're gonna go and what you're gonna do in life. So, okay, a speech over. Y'all know I love a little motivational speech every now and then. Like, I could never get on stage and be like, let me tell y'all, but I actually kind of, I just know that people a lot of times need that encouragement, and especially when it comes to health, especially if you don't enjoy working out or if you're at your journey. And I just want to say, like, wherever you are in your health journey, always challenge yourself when it comes to your health, y'all. They're putting so much stuff in our food. Like, I had to stop eating chicken for the most part, like, because it just don't taste the same. It genuinely doesn't. And if you stop eating it for a while and you try again, you'll honestly probably agree. It's just, our food is just over chemicalized. Like, it has so much impact on our skin, especially with me. I have very sensitive skin. Like, it impacts my skin so much. And so I'm just really saying this as an encouragement to really challenge yourself as far as your health and fitness. If you are not one of those people that just really love the gym, work your way up to it. Just 2 times a week, 3 times a week, like, just go for a day and walk for an hour. Like, do something in that field to kind of push yourself. And so right now, I'm gonna let y'all know how it goes. Right now, what I'm doing is for my supplement and vitamin game. I've always like had some, but I can't afford to be the girl I want to be with health. Like, I be wanting the liquid IVs, I want the best supplements, I want the best vitamins, but we're in a budget right now, okay? So what I'm thinking right now is what I want to do. Well, what I just started, it's been a little over a week now, the black seed oil. I need to look up the benefits of black seed oil. Let's look that up. Because I just want to tell y'all what it is, because I'll normally research something before I get it, and it's something that I've been wanting for I think a month or two now, partially because of TikTok, like it influences you, but I go to my people and make sure it's something that's actually going to benefit, and it's not just for the hype, like what's the best brand to get, what's the best thing to get. And I've been saying a lot about black seed oil, but another part to that is, let me tell y'all, get you some people like on social media that you genuinely follow and you genuinely trust their advice. For me, if I'm looking for a supplement, if I'm looking for a vitamin, if I'm looking for anything, like I'm gonna go to, dang, what's that, for TikTok, Justin Kelly. Okay, I'm going to Justin Kelly, Barbara O'Neill, Queen Afua, Dr. Holistic, and Yaki, and it may be one more. But I'm gonna be honest, y'all, out of them 5 people, if I see something that's very trendy, if it's like, you know, everybody was on this big magnesium push a few months ago, if I don't hear them talking about it, I don't trust it. These people are experts in their field. Some of them are doctors, that they've gone to school for this stuff. They studied like holistic medicine, or they've done it for such a long time as a practitioner, as a practitioner of it. I trust and value their information. So a lot of times we get on social media and we're like, oh, I'm just gonna get this vitamin, and it's like you don't even know what to do with it. Some supplements, for example, I think like with magnesium, with zinc, or whatever it is that you're taking, some supplements should be taken at morning, some should be taken at night. You know, some have some effects. There are different types of supplements that you should be getting. Some are really good for you. Some, it may depend on your blood type. Like, it's so much that goes into it. You got to get you some people that you really trust, like via social media. Like these people, you can't tell me, I don't know Queen Afua, honey. I will pull out Sacred Woman so quick and pull up, what's a natural remedy for a headache? Like, what am I supposed to do? One time I was sick, and Barbara O'Neill, she was talking about how your biggest pores are on your feet. And a lot of this stuff may be like old natural remedies, because a lot of the things that I watch are just holistic practices, holistic medicine, you know, eating natural fruits and foods. And she said, you know, like when you're sick, like when your child is sick or anything, you put, you know, you cut your onion and you put it at the bottom of your feet, wrapped up in a plastic bag. And I was just like, okay, because your biggest pores on the bottom of your feet. Y'all, I tried it. It works. It works. Like, I was gonna go and get a BC, like, I'm tired, like, all of this stuff is going on, and it's like, honestly, y'all, sometimes there are better alternatives that make you feel better and that are just genuinely better for you, that you may not even know about. But doing the research and finding people online that you trust their judgment, like, that's important. So get you some. I have them in my notes, and I look at their pages almost every day. Yaki, like when it comes to my fruit, when I want to try something like gut health wise, I'm going to Yaki page, and I'm gonna put their tags here because these are my people. But find your tribe. Like, your tribe is on social media. Like, your tribe is in your community. And I just remember, like, I found Yaki through 19 Keys, and because of some of the stuff he said, I went to this place in where I live, and it's like a culture center, or African cultural center. And so I just remember when I was learning about these supplements and different things, you know, I went for a drive. I went over there because I had not been in a while, and I was just like, hey, like, tell me the genuine benefits of sea moss, because it's getting popular now. Like, hey, if I use this seed in my food, what is it really gonna do? Because he's vegan, and you know, but it just drives you to kind of find places where you can really get good feedback on what you should be taking, what's best for your body. And so yeah, you just gotta kind of find your people and do your research, because that's important. Also, I want us to take that serious, because y'all, like, we get so cheap with our health. We get so cheap with our health. We'll go to the club. I hate to be that person. I hate to be this person. Y'all, we go to the club, and a bottle that costs like $50, y'all pay $2.50 for it. I know, I worked in nightlife for several years. We go to the club, y'all spend triple on a bottle. Okay, I love to travel. I'm gonna spend my money on a trip, okay? Gonna spend it. You know, you wanna treat yourself, you going to a steak dinner. You paying $100 for your dinner. But when it comes to our health, we go, this is too expensive. Your health, like your one body, your temple, we get so cheap when it comes to our bodies. And y'all, we have to treat our bodies like a temple. We have to treat them like a luxury purchase. Don't be cheap when it comes to your supplements, but then go and spend top dollar on alcohol. Like, if you really start thinking about it, it makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. And so we have got to get, and I hear it all the time, just like, girl, eat healthy, expensive. And I'm like, well, what's not expensive? Like, look at the world we live in. Everything we do is expensive. What you need to just be real about and say, my health is not a priority for me. And when you have to say things like that out loud, it's a harsh truth, because I'm not going to be putting McDonald's in my body every day and then go and spend max dollar on alcohol. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not gonna cut it. That doesn't make sense. And so that's some feedback that that's a harsh truth that I think people really need to hear. So yes, which I personally don't feel like eating healthy is just that expensive. Some stuff that you get, the more organic it gets, is that expensive, but it's not the way people make it seem. I'm like, I don't know, my fruits and vegetables, eating more fruits and stuff kind of saves me from spending the money I was gonna spend on chips and snacks. So you know, get you a budget, stick within your budget. You can still eat healthy within whatever grocery budget you're setting for yourself for that month or that week. It's very doable. You just have to be intentional about it. And there are some things that are going to be more expensive, like the probiotic that I like. It is more expensive than what I want to spend, but I spend a little more on a lot of things that are less frivolous. Like, again, I'm not a big go-outer. I may spend the money on my hair, I may spend it on my nails. Like, that's the stuff that I enjoy. Like, we all have our things that we enjoy, but I had just decided, like, I'm gonna stop. Because a lot of times with the supplements and stuff, that stuff lasts you about 30 to 60 days. So it may be like a one-time expense that's a little more than what you're wanting to pay, but it's worth it. And I had to start treating my body like a luxury purchase, and that's important. So sometimes I take my trips to the farmer's market. Support your local farmer's market. Support your local farmers. They are important, especially the black ones. When I go to the farmer's market, I try to go to my black farmers first. Natural produce, getting the healthiest produce that I possibly can is really important. And it's like, sometimes, you know, with this season and with inflation, like, sometimes you may spend a couple of dollars more, but when I really start looking at my budget when I was spending more, I mean, y'all, it really wasn't more than like $20, $30. So that's an investment in your health. So that's something that I really want us to really get down and take serious. Also, I feel like eating healthy and working out, I feel like that's one of those things that it can be really intimidating. And so I just want to encourage y'all, like, some people may be far gone in their journey. For example, right now, I'm in a space where, y'all, I can eat something. If you tell me something is good for me and it don't taste the best, I can do that. That's not how it is starting off. It took me about 1.5 years to get that way. So a lot of times we learn to just really eat for taste, and you have to kind of get out of that mindset, because some things that you have to eat, it may not just always taste the best. I'm not saying go eat nasty foods. Like, I'm not sitting around eating nasty stuff. It's just not who I am. But some things, they don't taste the best. Like, some supplements you take, or if you like the black seed oil I'm taking, it don't always have the best taste starting off. But if you tell me something is good for me, I'm like, okay, I can see the benefit in that, and I can move forward. Again, that's a journey. So I hate when people get really intimidated. Like, I can go and blend up vegetables, y'all, and just drink it straight. The stuff that I go and get at, like, tropical smoothies, like, my friends are like, I can't drink that, it's not good. And you have to realize we're at different spaces in our journey. Like, you probably are used to a lot of sugar. You're probably used to a lot of chemicals in your food, but when you go so long without it, you can eat things that aren't as sweet as it used to be. And the smoothies and stuff that people like, sometimes they're a little too sweet for me. But that's a journey. Don't let anybody intimidate you. Don't let what people are intimidate you. It's just a goal. Like, hey, I want to get to a place where some things that maybe I thought weren't, you know, didn't taste the best, but they're really good for me. I want to get to a place where I enjoy that. That's okay. You know, you may not be able to come into the gym and lift what this girl next to you is lifting, because she's been lifting for the past 2 years. So you start where you are. Like, you take your health and fitness journey, start where you are. Like, don't let anybody intimidate you about where you're starting. If your start is, I know pork is terrible for me, like, y'all, we gotta let go of the pork. We gotta let it go. Stop it. But that's hard for a lot of people. You grew up eating it and you don't see anything wrong with it. You got a grandma that's like 90 years old and you like, she eating pork and ain't nothing wrong, you know? And so it takes time. So that may look like for you is, I don't eat pork, but maybe you start saying, okay, so what I'll do is I'll only eat pork 2 times a week. I'm not gonna have bacon every day this week. For breakfast, I may switch it up. I may have turkey sausage. I may have chicken sausage. What I'll do is I'll switch my bacon, you know, at least twice a week. That's the journey. Like, always just start where you are and be gentle and patient with yourself, because as you continue to build upon that, like, you'll grow. I don't think I finished my segment about black seed oil because I was Googling it, but my point was that stuff like that I'm trying. I think I'm doing black seed oil now. Oh, I have this fat burner that I love. Now this, when I had first started getting real cut and muscular, which is what I'm trying to get back to, when I started getting really cut, especially my gut area, I was taking this fat burner, and it's called Prolessa. I am not getting paid for this. We are a growing YouTube channel, family, okay? But I'm telling y'all what works for me. It's a fat burner, and I take it in the morning, or I take it right before I go to the gym. I love it. That's a good supplement for me. But also, you know what? Another good fat burner is, I don't know if you all heard of these products. They are a little expensive, but Alani Nu. Her products are she has a good fat burner. I remember when I used to like take pre-workout. Now I take a natural pre-workout. But when I used to take pre-workout, I would use her pre-workout drinks. I mean, I still have one every now and then, but they're a lot less sweet, and it's a lot less all that stuff that they have in like C4 and all that pre-workout. No, but they have good supplements. My friend was taking her, I think she had a multivitamin that was really good. But yes, Alani Nu products were really good. I really enjoyed them, and I took her products for about 8 months, but I think I couldn't afford it anymore or something. I don't remember. I may try them again, but yes, I've been taking a fat burner. I've been doing my black seed oil. I take a vitamin D3 every day because I think they said that's the most thing I think as black people we're deficient in. It's one of our highest deficiencies. So I take a D3 every morning. But yeah, I'm still on a journey, just trying to figure out what works for me, what works for my skin, what works best for my body. And you all have to do the same thing. And that's what goes back to finding your people that you trust, because if it's not on their pages, if I go to Plentiful or Barbara and they don't have it on there, I'm not doing it. I'm not taking it. And if you all want to know what the natural pre-workout is for my people that go to the gym, so y'all, I'm telling you it works. Celtic salt. So I take a little bit of Celtic salt and a little bit of honey. I may put a little bit on a spoon, or I'm a little country, so I may put it on my hand a little bit before I'm running out the door. And about 30 minutes of my workout, I literally just take the honey and Celtic salt. I forget what they say. I'm not a doctor, okay? But I don't know, it activates something in you. And it's just like, because most pre-workout has all the caffeine in it. So yes, natural pre-workout, you heard it here first. Give me my credit if y'all decide to use it, okay? Also too, I want to touch on, like, because I've talked a lot about food, I've talked a lot about working out. Another thing that I really want to talk about is a part of health is, honestly, y'all, reading. Stilling your mind when you wake up in the morning or before you go to bed at night is so important. A part of the Heart 75 was reading 10 pages a day, but even before then, at the top of the year, I was like, I'm reading a book a month. And I was actually just reading something this morning that talked about, because I have a problem, I take in a lot of information, but I don't retain it well, and I hate that. So I'm like, what's going on? And it's because I loved audiobooks so much. And this study was saying that 5% of what you listen to, you retain. You retain it at 10% if you listen and you physically read it. And I think the steps goes up as you use it. Like if you have a discussion about it, I think when you discuss it, it goes up to like 75%. When you actually utilize it, it can go up to like 90%. But it's different steps of the percentage of how you retain information. And so a lot of times when I was reading books, I was listening to them. And so I wasn't keeping the information, or even the podcast that I love, getting so much education and information. But if you're not really writing it down, reading it, then discussing it and actually trying to put it into practice, you're not retaining it. So I would urge y'all, like, so this is gonna be my book of November. Get you a book of the month. Every month, get you a book. Download it on your audiobook too. But get you a book and read a book once a month. Like a lot, y'all, people don't read. And I hate the old saying, if you know half in the book, if you want people to not read. But y'all, you'd be surprised. Think about it's some people that you're around, they're not reading. That's a very important function of life. This is why misinformation spreads so rapidly on social media, because people don't want to read. When they see a long post, they don't want to read the post. If it's an article linked to some outrageous headline, instead of actually going to the article and reading, people just kind of take it and run, and that's dangerous. Like, You need to read and educate yourself. That is a part of your mental health. That is a part of your wellness as well. So this book I'm reading is The 22 Immutable Laws of Branding. I read a few pages of it already, but it's my book for November. It's the book that I want to finish by November. I've gotten to the phase where I normally do at least an audiobook and a book, so I'll probably read at least 2 books for November. But yes, y'all, get you a book and read it once a month. At the top of the year, I started this group called Small Percentage. And in Small Percentage, we read a book once a month. We had like weekly goals, and some of those goals may be food-wise and maybe fitness-wise. And I'm gonna bring Small Percentage back when I have the capacity. I just real estate, and I have to go do some tours when I get done with this. But you know, with real estate, with everything going on, I really want to pour into that brand. But I think I honestly want to start back because people need a safe space to, hey, you know, what can I do a natural pre-workout? What are you using? What vitamins are y'all taking? You know, are y'all going to work out? Like, I'm in the Georgia area, like we can go hiking and stuff. Like, I really want to create a wellness community for Black people so that we can all kind of be on that journey together. And so that people that may be starting and maybe people that's in the middle, so we can kind of have that community and that space to say, hold each other accountable, to have conversations, to talk about like what we're reading. Like a branding book may not be something you're interested in. I'm trying to build a fashion brand, so it's important for me to understand the history. It's important for me to understand the marketing. It's important for me to understand branding when I'm trying to build a brand that's gonna create longevity. So it's just like having those, and you learn so much. Like when you talk to somebody like, hey, what are you reading right now? But yes, I would encourage people like, read, and I don't know what your spiritual practices are, but that's a part of wellness too. I'm not just talking about health and fitness. We're talking about creating a self with yours that is as close to God as you can be, that's as close to your highest and best self as possible. And a lot of times that comes with, oh, I'm reading a book right now, I'm eating healthy, I'm going to the gym. Do it and tell me you don't feel better. Do it and tell me you don't feel better. So I'm not gonna preach, I'm not gonna go too hard because I know I'm probably at my 20-minute mark. I've just accepted that my videos are probably gonna be at least like 30 minutes, and I think that y'all can bear with me, we're growing. But yes, this is the health check-in for November, because November is in like, I think like 3 days. So yes, y'all, like let's get on a wellness journey. Let's get on our health journey. Let's get on our fitness journey. Let's make sure that we're reading. Like, let's make sure we're treating our bodies like luxury, you know? Let's make sure we're following pages that actually pour into us, because social media can be such a dark place. It can be so freaking draining. Like, I get joy out of watching people cook healthy foods, or like telling you what supplements to take, or like, hey, if you want to have, you know, the best sleep, do this. And honestly, the friendships that I've gained from just being in the health space of working out, and it feels good. It brings a light and a positivity to my life that I genuinely enjoy, and I really hope that y'all do the same. But yes, if y'all want me to bring Small Percentage back, let me know. But I really want to take Small Percentage up a notch, and I understand building a community is not always the easiest thing to do. But yeah, I want us to like have merch, and I want us to have group workouts, and like I want us to read together. We were having our book discussions like we were reading like once a week, so we were having book discussions like once a week. And I really enjoyed that. And a little bit about why I call it Small Percentage is the idea is you really want to be in the small percentage of most statistics, because a lot of statistics don't err on the side of the best. And so, like for example, I think, let me see if I can pull up some statistics. I know off the top of my head, it's like 20% of Black Americans, I think 20% of Black Americans make more than 6 figures, or just 100,000 a year. So if only 20%, you want to be in the 20%, like you want to be in a small percentage. We talked about reading earlier. Let me see if I can find that statistic. 48.43% of adults read a full book in 2022. What? Come on, man. Only 48% of adults read in 2022. That's not even half. And I think this is a US study, by the way. I don't think this was a worldwide study. And then one of my favorite statistics that came out, I think this came out last year, but it was like 55 or 56% of Americans cannot cover $1,000 expense, in that case, you want to be in a small percentage. That's over half of Americans that cannot cover $1,000 expense should something happen. And so that's really where the name came from. Is I think we should just always, our goal should be to be in the small percentage. And one of our favorite quotes, one of the quotes that I lead by in the group, is by 19 Keys, and the quote is, what you do frequently becomes your frequency. And you should always want your frequency to be high. You know, when you're your best self, when you're your healthiest self, you vibrate higher, you attract better things, like you just live a better life. You almost breathe better air, if you will. But yes, thank y'all for tuning in. This is our health check-in for November. I really need to do this bi-weekly because I gotta make sure y'all not out here eating crazy. Y'all, we love a cheat day. We want to eat and drink on the weekends. Oh, it's my friend's birthday. I can't help it this day. It ain't a friend birthday every weekend. You don't need a cheat day every weekend. Like, create a life that you don't have to have your cheat days from. And I'm talking to myself too. Please understand that. But yes, this may be a good way for us to hold each other accountable. It may be a stepping stone for us going back into small percentage. That group is on Facebook. I started an Instagram page for it, but we're way more interactive on Facebook. We were really doing it month after month. But yeah, read you something, eat better, get your ass in the gym. Be the best version of yourself. And thank y'all. I'm about 60 subscribers in. I don't care what y'all say. I'm excited about my 60 subscribers, okay? But yeah, thanks for tuning in. And I wish you health, and I wish you the success that you want. And I wish you the discipline to be the best version of yourself. Toodles, y'all.